Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley Livingston. The city of Columbus is damaged tonight. Around 5 p.m. this afternoon, a tornado tore through the city, leaving behind damage, and we can confirm that one person is dead. There is a lot of damage. Many people don't have power, including us. We're going to turn things over to our general manager, Derek Rogers, to give us an update.
Hey, Riley. Basically, we've been dealt a double whammy, and that is power is out downtown from what we can tell from about 3rd Street all the way over to 9th, all over this area. And our generator, which would normally have us on the air, was also damaged during the storm. So it doesn't get much worse than that for us. So we certainly appreciate all the kind words from all the viewers who've commented to us and bearing with us. We're doing the best we can. We did speak with Todd Gale over at Columbus Light and Water, and they have been wonderful trying to help get us back going. Honestly, I think there are just some other areas in the city that have got to have their attention right now, and they said they would get it done as soon as possible. We've got a crew outside right now working on the generator. As a matter of fact, I just had 500 gallons of diesel fuel just pull up into the parking lot. So that's sort of where we are. When will power be back on? If you turn on your TVs and we're on, then power's on. So, but we do really appreciate all the viewers and all the love that they've sent today. So that's sort of where we are on the power.
Thank you, Derek. Right. And I know Gail also told us that many people will be without power for a little while. He doesn't know when that's going to come back on. First of all, if you are in need of shelter, the Townsend Community Center is open. This community center, the Townsend Community Center, is on 15th Street South. We are now going to try to turn to some footage on our computers. Again, sorry if it's kind of a little bit weird today. This one is the hardest hit area. This is Railroad Street. I'm gonna let you look at it just for a second. Cash Matlock was on the scene. Cash?
That's right, Raleigh. Now, like you said, Railroad Street was one of the areas that was, it received some heavier damage. Now, I just kind of want to walk you through some of these scenes here. I'm actually going to back up the footage a little bit and show you this apartment complex. This is on Railroad Street, right across from the Blue Moon, if you're familiar with that establishment. Now, this is a little dark. I'm going to try to brighten it up a little bit. And you can see this is an apartment building, and the second floor, the corner here, has just been totally just kind of knocked out there. And you can actually kind of peer into what appears to be maybe like a bedroom or some type of living space. It's actually missing 2 walls and the roof there for that building. I'm going to hit play and kind of move this video forward and show you a little bit more footage. Now, as you can see, the video turns across the street. That is actually the Blue Moon right there. This structure that you're seeing right here is the Blue Moon, and you can see this is a railroad track that comes right here. I'm going to pause the video again because now you can see an abandoned SUV that's actually sitting pretty close to the railroad track. Once again, this is the Blue Moon. Now this SUV, you can see it has a wooden pole that is just kind of just going through the middle of it there, and it looks like it's been abandoned. So it looks like maybe the driver crashed is definitely what it looks like. All the windows have been busted out, or maybe they didn't crash. Maybe the tornado actually picked up the car and threw it. But you can see this is just a large wooden beam just going directly through the middle of that vehicle. And I'm assuming that wooden beam is from one of the neighboring houses or the neighboring apartment complexes. So once again, I'm gonna move this video forward a little bit and show you a little bit more of the scenes here. This is some heavy traffic coming through. I'm gonna kind of describe to you kind of what it was like. So I was actually able to get there just a couple minutes after this tornado struck. And I can tell you, everybody was just walking around the streets. There were neighbors out, residents out, and they were all going into the houses and yelling and saying, is anyone in here? Can we help anybody? Just trying to find the people that may have been injured, or just find people that, maybe they just didn't know what was going on and they were still in there. This photo right here is actually one of the houses that was pretty much totally demolished. You can see the entire top of it is missing. There's a tree over in the yard. This is, once again, on Railroad Street, just right directly across from the railroad. Now, I've mentioned the Blue Moon a couple times. This photo is actually the back of the Blue Moon, which is totally gone. So earlier you saw the front of the structure. This is what the back looks like. This whole entire wall just knocked out, cinder blocks everywhere. And then you can see there are emergency officials over here kind of directing traffic away from this, and this is a video of it. just kind of showing you what it looks like there. Now, as far as Railroad Street, that was all the footage I was able to get. But you can see, I mean, that's definitely one of our more heavier hit areas. A lot of people, like I said, out. Emotions were very high. It honestly kind of felt like a scene out of a movie. I mean, it was just insane.
I can't even imagine it, Cash. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
We're now going to turn things over to Hunt Intermediate School, that also was damaged during the storm. Columbus School Superintendent Cheryl Labatt emailed school employees. She says she will evaluate structural damage in the morning and will keep everyone updated as soon as possible. Across the street, the Sim Scott Community Center has heavy roof damage. Okay, we're going to turn things over to the United Deli, and on Gardner Boulevard, there is damage reported and injuries. United Deli is still standing, but as you can see, there is some damage. Owner John Musa says he saw it coming. Sorry, we're going to wait just a second while we get his statement for us. Give us one small second.
The building is damaged. One of my car windshield is damaged. The roof, I'm going to check in the morning. I see a little leak coming up, and I'm going to check it up in the morning. But inside, we fine. You know, around the building, you got hit a couple spots, but we check it up in the morning when the light comes, and we see.
And then across the street at the strip mall, his neighbors were not so fortunate. Their building is gone. We're going to show this video in just a second. One man has been reported to have a leg injury, according to a witness. We are also going to turn it over to a soundbite from him. Again, bear with us.
Everybody was trapped in the building, and we just started pushing our way through, and we managed to find a hole through the side of the wall that we let all the kids crawled out first, and after the kids crawled out, one of the adults got out, and we just started kind of moving stuff to maneuver everybody else out.
Our WCBI weather staff has been here all day. We're going to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson to give us an update.
All right, hey, Riley, check this out. So this is the recent radar imagery here. We've had some rain and even a little bit of thunder and lightning around as we went throughout the last hour or two. This is on the way out. So this is the back edge. No severe weather going on right now. We are home free. The rain's going to be wrapping on up, pulling away from us. And when you wake up in the morning, we should have mainly sunny skies. So good news to report there. And temperatures tonight will be down into the 40s. We're looking at some 50s to around 60 tomorrow. But the sun's going to come out. We'll be able to survey all the damage and be getting on with the recovery efforts here.
Got it. Thank you so much, Keith.
Okay.
We appreciate it. EMA Director Cindy Lawrence has been monitoring damage today. I spoke with her earlier, and we're going to listen to one of her sound bites in just a second. We'll see if it pulls up. There we go.
Our damages are in the city of Columbus. We have many power lines down, trees down. Several homes have been destroyed or heavily damaged. And we're just asking people, please stay inside because some of these power lines could be still energized. We are not asking for any assistance from volunteers at this time, but we are requesting assistance from the state of Mississippi.
And again, as she said, do not go out and try to look at this damage. Definitely stay inside and stay safe. We're now going to turn things over to more damage in Columbus. A house fire on Moss Street. Downed trees and power lines made it impossible for firefighters to get through. They had to turn around and approach from a different direction. We'll leave this on just for 1 second so you can see. But again, this was a fire that happened on Moss Street. Joey Barnes is here to tell us about some of the things happening in the city.
Yeah, Riley, and some of this will be a little bit of a recap. As you said, when we first started this Facebook Live, one fatality has been confirmed as a result of a person being injured in Columbus in this storm today. Also, spoke with Columbus Light and Water General Manager Todd Gale. 4,700 people in Columbus without power, or 4,700 customers, you might say. Approximately a lot of the damage heavy along by Hunt Intermediate School, which we talked about, Simscott Park, Railroad Street, that's going to be off of Military 14th Avenue, there in behind the Columbus Police Department, stretching all the way into East Columbus, United Deli. You saw that video. They're on Gardner Boulevard, Waterworks, Tuscaloosa Road, all in that area. Speaking with, if you were watching our Facebook Live earlier, City Spokesman Joe Dillon talking about how it appears the tornado may have actually kind of skipped places and jumped from almost street to street even, just based on early assessment and what they were seeing with the damage. Now, obviously, the National Weather Service, we expect them here tomorrow to assess the situation. I've also been in contact with the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency tonight. They are aware of everything. They have people here on the ground. We do expect the director to be here tomorrow. They told me earlier today that they suspected at least 5 tornadoes touched down in Mississippi today, but obviously that will have to be confirmed by the Weather Service. The most extensive damage here in Columbus. 2 homes were damaged in Burnsville, up in Tishomingo County. We had a tornado warning that we cut in for that as well. But again, the most extensive damage here. I'll go back to the power situation because that's what everybody wants to know when their lights are out. When's my power going to be back on? Well, Todd Gale told me that basically everyone without power tonight will be without power throughout the rest of the night and maybe a good chunk of tomorrow. They have a serious power grid issue they're working on, and so expect to be without power for a while. They're working as fast as they can. It's dark, it's dangerous. Think about those folks that are out there. I'm sorry. Starkville and Tupelo. Actually, I know that they'll have other municipalities coming in to help them. Starkville, Tupelo, tomorrow. So those folks are coming over to Columbus to give a helping hand to try and get the power situation restored as quickly as possible. Also, while we're here, I don't think anyone at home can really realize what we've got set up here. We've got lights on top of cameras that we take out in the field. We have lanterns, we have flashlights, and this is as basic of a newscast as you can get, but we wanted to bring you some information tonight, something to give you comfort, something to let you know what's going on, because we can't be on air. We want to be on air. And the people in this room, in this building, have done a hell of a job today. And there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes no one ever sees, but without those people, it wouldn't have been possible. And we were away from our families, away from our homes, and some of our families were in harm's way, and it was quite scary, even as we were running to the basement for cover, which doesn't happen very often. So I hope everyone realizes how much hard work went into getting this done, and it's very basic. And we appreciate you following along. We appreciate our viewers, and we are certainly praying for those impacted and affected, and especially that family that lost a loved one today. So kudos, great job, everybody.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you. And I am going to reiterate it one more time. The Townsend Community Center on 15th Street has been opened as a shelter, so if you are in need of a place to be, Townsend Community Center on 15th Street South. We did cover other news today. I'm going to go through a list of a couple of things we did. We had crews in Oxford for a rally. We were in Vernon looking at weather radios for the Alabama tax-free weekend. We have stories from Tupelo, and we will bring you those stories tomorrow. Now let's go back to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson for a full look at our forecast.
All right, well, this is going to be an abbreviated full look at weather, but this is what everybody wants to know. Here's our 7-day. For your Sunday, we start out in the 40s, mostly sunny for the next 2 days, maybe 3. We're looking at around 60 in Columbus tomorrow. Some spots stay in the 50s, around 60 Monday, low to mid 60s Tuesday, lows getting back into the 30s after tonight. But this means 3 dry days around here where we will not have any rain. It's